Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Jack Hackman Stadium here in Marshfield. It's Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball here today. The visiting SPASH Panthers, the second place visiting SPASH Panthers. Talk to you about that after a little bit here. And Marshfield still looking for its first win of the year. They come in 0-16 overall, coached by John Southworth. The SPASH Panthers, coached by Craig Terpstra, are 9-3 overall. They are 4-1 in conference play and are a half game behind the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. You are watching the Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank, moving our communities forward online at forward.bank and right here in Marshfield on North Central Avenue. Jason Zaleski here alongside Joe Anderson to bring you Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball today. Our pregame show continues. I just met up with SPASH Panther manager and head coach Craig Terpstra. We'll hear coach's comments now and bring you back in time for today's national anthem right here on Zaleski Sports. Coach, conference standings. Let's talk about that first. Those have tightened up a little bit in the last week. What do you and the guys talk about as far as getting back on track and going after a goal that has to be a conference title here this year?
Well, yeah, that's always a goal for every team. But with the tradition of baseball at SPASH, it's something that's, always a goal, maybe sometimes expected, which is unfortunate. I mean, each team is different, and it should be an accomplishment for them. But yeah, we're pretty much early in the schedule, but there's 4 or 5 teams that are still have a chance.
Yeah, you're going to battle one of them later on, but we'll leave that conversation for a different day. Today, Marshfield at 0-16. Things haven't gone their way this year. You play against a team like that. Just take Marshfield out of it, but you play a team like that. Is it just a matter of getting up on them early, not letting them hang around, and making a statement early?
Well, that's always a good thought. I mean, you want a team that's been struggling. You don't want to give them confidence. Like you said, let them hang around and maybe get some of that defeatist attitude out of their head. But baseball is a funny game. I mean, we've had games where we hit the ball extremely hard and score 1 run, and we've had games where we haven't hit the ball and scored 9. Some plans are better thought of than carried out. I think what we basically talk about is, being a one-pitch warrior, just concentrating on doing what we can do every pitch, no matter who we're playing. So I don't think the guys care if they're 0-16 or 16-0. Today we get a chance to play and compete, and that's what it's all about.
You got Noah pitching today. Tell us about Noah in this game and so far in the season.
Well, Noah's a really talented young pitcher, a lefty, which is at a premium at the high school level. Throws pretty hard. His last outing, he threw with great command. He's got a good temperament for the mound. He's a great young prospect that we're excited to coach.
Coach, good luck today.
All right, thank you.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Welcome back to Jack Hackman Field. Jason Zaleski here alongside Joe Anderson as we get set for Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball here today. Again, the visiting SPASH Panthers come in at 9-3 overall. Marshfield Tigers at home 0-16 on the season. Again, you are watching the Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank, moving our communities forward online at forward.bank and in person on North Central Avenue. In Marshfield, we take a look at the SPASH Panthers being introduced here in front of us. Go through Coach Terpstra's lineup for you now. In center field, leading off is number 15, Tommy Droner. Second base, batting second, Cale Roth. Number 24 is the left fielder, Bennett Klisch. Cleanup for the Panthers today is Caden Thauer. Thauer also plays third base today. Ben Rochek in right field bats fifth. At first base, it's John Naif batting sixth. The designated hitter is Riley Warzinski. He bats seventh. Catching is Deacon Kobach batting eighth, and Gavin Przybelski at shortstop batting ninth for the Panthers. Pitching is Noah Marshke. We heard Coach Terpstra talk about Noah having a good season and eager, as Coach Terpstra was, eager to see Noah on the mound here today as the SPASH Panthers are, for the moment anyway, chasing the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. SPASH is 4-1 in conference play. Wisconsin Rapids stands at 5-1, and bring my schedule back up here. I was taking a look at that. I was going to talk to Coach Terpstra about it in that pregame, but didn't really want to muddy the waters too much. It's a week from today. Wisconsin Rapids, it's Wisconsin Rapids week on Tuesday next week at home, and then Thursday at Wisconsin Rapids. But for the time being, anyway, it's a two-horse race in the Wisconsin Valley Conference between Stevens Point and Wisconsin Rapids. We'll bring you the Marshfield Tigers starting lineup right after today's national anthem here at Jack Hackman Field. Now for the Marshfield Tigers starting lineups, they go like this. Wyatt Post playing second base, leading off. Chase Robinson bats second. He'll play shortstop today. Ben Deach in left field, batting third. Cole Halverson. You may remember lighter fluid from the hockey season. Cole plays down at third base and batting cleanup today. Ryan Lindemann at first base bats fifth. Braden Anderson is the designated hitter. He bats sixth. Karsten Mattis in center field batting seventh. Mason Pavlovsky in right field bats eighth, and Karsten Fries catching for the Tigers today, and he bats ninth. Braxton Kurth is on the mound for the Tigers, and we take a look at Braxton there warming up. Our center field camera made possible by the good people at Bullseye Sports of Marshfield. Come on down and check out the muddy deer blind that they've given us to use here for the season. That'll be raffled off during summer baseball, so make sure to come on down to Jack Hackman. Have a look at it. Even right now, if you're on your way, come on down. Weather's good. It's a little bit humid, but we got baseball going on. Come out and take a look at it. And if you want one of your very own right now, don't want to wait for the raffle this summer, just head down to Bullseye, just a few blocks around the corner from here on South Central Avenue, and pick one up today. Again, Braxton Kurth on the hill for the Tigers, and Noah Marshke for the SPASH Panthers today. 4-1. I mentioned those standings. 4-1. Are the SPASH Panthers. Wisconsin Rapids leads the Valley as of today. They are 5-1. I said it was a two-horse race. Wausau West fans hearing that probably are grumbling right now. They're 4-2. They're a half game out of the mix, or a half game out of second, a full game out of first place. But in my prognostication, this is a two-horse race here in the Valley between Wisconsin Rapids and SPASH. Stevens Point started the year as the what many thought were the clear favorite in Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball. As a matter of fact, they started the season, they were ranked 15th or 14th in the state to start the year. They have dropped out of the state rankings, a couple of losses in the last week or so. You heard me talk to Coach Terpstra about his team's play over the last week, and the conference standings tightening up as Droner will roll that one over to short, and across the diamond is Robinson in time to Lindemann for the first out of the inning. But Coach Terpstra agreed. His team is just still trying to find its groove. I said Marshfield's 0-16. To say it another way, they've played 16 games. SPASH has only played 12. So Stevens Point has some games to catch up, and some starts and spits and finishes, and is trying to get the season underway. And looks like we're underway now as Roth flies out to center field. So a couple of quick outs here. Brings up the left fielder, Bennett Klisch. Klisch going to retrieve Roth's bat. Throw that back down the on-deck circle where, for the moment, Caden Thawer waits if needed here in the inning. But 2 up, 2 down. Marshfield softball in action over in Stevens Point. They lead 4-0 top of the third. So Marshfield softball on the other end of it. The baseball team 0-16. The softball team's 12-3 here on the season. And a win against SPASH today. And I believe, if I have it right, and I think I do, Marshfield a one-game scenario to win a conference title. As this one is bounced right at Kurth. He'll fire over to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning to retire the SPASH Panthers here in the top of the first. Marshfield coming to bat when we come back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
I really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Chai had.
All right, back here at Jack Hackman. Jason Zaleski alongside Joe Anderson. Marshfield coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning after a 1-2-3 inning. Set the Panthers down in order in the top of the inning. Post, Robinson, and Deach all due up for the Tigers. Head into Fleet Farm during their Spring Yard Prep event. Pick up everything you need for lawn, garden, and patio. Save on fertilizers, lawn equipment, patio furniture, grills, and more. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. I had mentioned Marshfield leading SPASH 4-0, and people at home saying, Zaleski, how do you know that? Well, that game is live right now at ZaleskiSports.com, as is Allman Bancroft and Pacelli. That is a conference clinching game there. Winner will win a Central Wisconsin South Conference Championship. Steve Maves on the call at WIAA Park on the north field. They call that Spud Field over there. And Cale Jacoby on the call at Fire Pro Field where Marshfield's playing. Those two fields, well, one camera shot we have here with Pacelli and Allman, you can see the Fire Pro Field off in the distance. Those two fields about 200 feet apart from each other. So all three games live right now on Zaleski Sports. Throw down from Kobach, and it'll be the second baseman, Wyatt Post. The quick inning defensively for the Tigers, get themselves up to bat here. And again, a lot of talk in that pregame show that is topical now. We talked to Coach Terpstra about getting off to a hot start against a team that hasn't found a win yet this year. And it's only one inning in the books, but still, Marshfield will take whatever breaks they can get today to see if they can find themselves in the win column this year. Matter of fact, they're in a new dugout. They're on the third base side. They have been on that first base side for a long time, even every home game so far this season. But Coach Southworth and his guys have decided the third base dugout maybe give them a better chance to pick up a win today. So you do anything you can when you're 0-16. Try to find a way. And one way is to see if you can get yourself on the board and out to a good start against a team at least in the standings and record-wise better than you. Ball and a strike to Post. Marshke ready. And Post leaves that high and away. Marshke fires back. That one hits the outer third for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Marshfield leadoff hitter Wyatt Post. Or is it full? Maybe it is a full count. Our home plate umpire may have just put up 3 for the balls. We'll see. And it was a full count, and Post off to first base, gets the free pass from Marshke. Electrical issues preventing Hackman scoreboard from operating out in the outfield. So I'm going to have to pay better attention now, Joe. Can't rely on my clutch on the scoreboard. My crutch, sorry. And I think, I don't know, we're not on the same power supply out there, but that nice camera out there was doing some disco action in the pregame. I think that may have more to do with the humidity than anything else. But if it does happen, enjoy, maybe get up and strut around a little bit. There it is, right there, right on cue. A little disco action here. That'll last about 30 seconds, and it seems to settle down. But yeah, it is awfully humid out here, and humidity and electronics often don't go together. Here's Chase Robinson, a throw over to first, sliding back head first as Post in time. But it is, at least from where we've come from for the last 6-7 months, this is extreme humidity today. Later on in the summer, maybe it's not such a big deal, but it was 3 Mondays ago, or 2 weeks and a day ago, we had first pitch out here. It was Columbus Catholic and Greenwood. First pitch was 35 degrees. And final out was 27 degrees that night. Now here we are, I guess, 15 days later. About 80 at first pitch, and at least 80% humidity. It is thick. As that one comes in low to Robinson. A lot of T-shirt and shorts as I take a look around. So we do have one lady look at the first base bleachers, and she's in a full sweater and pants. Whatever makes you comfortable. Most out here in shirt and shorts, or at least a short sleeve shirt and some pants. Strike 3 called as Robinson takes a look at an up and away pitch from Marshke, and strike 3 is called. So that brings up the left fielder, Ben Deach. Tigers like to get Post into scoring position here in the at-bat, but the left-handed throwing Marshke has got a good look at Post leadoff. And that leadoff's going to be tightened up just a bit with the lefty on the mound right now for the Panthers. Marshke, there it is, throwing back over. The Post able to get back in time. Yeah, pretty good look coming in from right center field. Again, out of that deer blind, our camera tower supplied to us by Bullseye Sports of Marshfield. Bullseye just a few blocks south of here on South Central Avenue. Come out to Jack Hackman, have a look at it. And you like what you see, go down there and take a look around over at Bullseye and find one for yourself. Marshke delivers and swung on and missed, dropped third strike, but tagging Deach was Kobach for the second out of the inning. Post does move down to second on the, call that a pass ball. So second strikeout of the inning for Marshke, and now the third baseman, Cole Halverson. And swing and a miss from Halverson as fans here are alerted to the fact that the scoreboard issues are known. So I would suspect many are in the stands going to pull up their phones and keep track of the score right on the broadcast here. That'd be a good idea. This one is hit into shallow right field. Coming on is Rocek, and under it for the final out of the inning. Marshfield strands a leadoff hitter as a walk to Wyatt Post. He is stranded at second base, and that brings our first inning to a close. No score through one. Be the Panthers, Thauer, Racek, and Naif when we come back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Back here to Jack Hackman. Top of the second inning, no score. Score update from WIAA. Marshfield softball 4, SPASH 2. It's time to get back to work. It's time to find a great job with great pay at Nikolai Construction. Nikolai Construction of Marshfield is a well-established family-owned business with a welcoming environment for you to be part of today. Find year-round work in carpentry, concrete, and steel that has you home every night. Stop in and see Brad or Rob at Nikolai Construction on East 29th Street in Marshfield to get started. Get back to work with Nikolai Construction. 4-hitter for the Panthers, Caden Thauer. Braxton Kurth back on for his second inning of work. And another one. This is how we ended the top of the first. Now Kurth starts the top of the second with a comebacker and flip over to Lindemann in time for the out. So again, Marshfield leads SPASH 4-2. Softball, top of the fourth inning over there. And I may take a look around the press box here because I bet somebody knows for sure my belief as the pitch, nice bender coming in from Kurth to Racek, is I've got Marshfield last outright softball conference championship in 1994. That's what I believe. I'm going to check. Yeah, I know who knows, and he's off today. His initials are GD. But GD's got the day off, and the next time I see Mr. Delisio, he will have that information. But I believe 1994, the last outright conference title for Marshfield softball. It was DC Everest last year, outright conference title, and then it was the SPASH Panthers 20 straight years of Wisconsin Valley Conference softball dominance. 20 years of conference championships. Now, a couple of those were shared along the way, and I believe Marshfield was one of those in 2018. And again, I'm all going by memory here as Racek lifts this one to center. And under it is Mattis for out number 2. But as it is, Marshfield is closing in softball-wise on a outright conference title this year. Stand at 12-3. Playing the SPASH Panthers over there. So folks from Stevens Point watching baseball, you want to check out softball, let's pull up another device and check right into ZaleskiSports.com, and you can watch both right at the same time. 2022 is amazing. Just do it all. John Naif. Big fella is Naif. Got to know John over the last couple of summers in particular. Plays for the Plover Black Sox Legion Baseball Club. Of course, he's been a SPASH Panther for a couple of years as well, but got to know him more during the summer just for whatever reason. Kurth to Naif. Fouled right near the Panthers dugout. That'd be shagged by Riley Warzinski, who's on deck right now. But tidy up that Marshfield softball conversation. They're 7-0. SPASH and Rapids both 6-2 with not many games to play. So Marshfield a 2-game lead. A win today would give them 3 clear of Stevens Point. And then it's East, Rapids and Everest left on the schedule. So 3-game lead over the Panthers with 3 to play, and depending on Rapids' next outcome, Marshfield could wrap up an outright conference title in short order. And Naif into right field. This is hit deep, but it'll stay in the park and is played out there by Pavlovsky. And it's 6 up, 6 down now, as the Tigers have retired 6 straight Panthers to begin the game. Be Marshfield coming up in the bottom of the second. Lindemann, Anderson, and Mattis when we come back right after this on Zaleski Sports. Bad news. Winter is just around the corner. Good news. Custom Heating of Neilsville and Marshfield will help you stay warm. With 0% interest up to 60 months in qualified purchases, Custom Heating is your complete heating and AC sales and service company. Serving the entire area with preventative maintenance on all brands, both commercial and residential. Custom Heating is your root dealer and has the best warranties in the industry. Let Tim, Clarissa, Christy, Larry, Mark, Harry, Jason, and Robert help you today. With 25 years of service, Custom Heating and Cooling. We put the custom in customer.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Back here to Jack Hackman, Jason Zaleski alongside Joe Anderson at beautiful Jack Hackman baseball diamond here in Marshfield. Wind blowing out just a bit, which is a little bit strange, blowing from north to south, at least for the moment. But as humid as it is, usually that wind's got to come in from the south to make that happen. I guess we're technically under a tornado watch, I was told. Till 10 o'clock tonight, so we'll watch for one. Keep an eye out for you. Ryan Lindemann, Braden Anderson, Karsten Mattis, all due up for the Tigers here as we begin the bottom of the second inning. Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel for your hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. That one hits the bottom of the zone for Marshke. Strike one to Lindemann. So back here to put a final cap, at least for now, in that Valley Conference softball talk. Wisconsin Rapids is at DC Everest playing now. This one is hit and right off the top of the glove of John Naif, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Lindemann and the Tigers here as we start the bottom of the second. But Rapids visiting Everest softball, and should Everest win and a Marshfield win over SPASH today, and they would today clinch a share of the conference title at worst. They would have a full 3-game lead with 3 to play. Golf, they call that dormy. And here we call those conference title shares. And then Marshfield would have 3 games to pick up an outright title. That one foul up the third base line. Braden Anderson DH for the Tigers today. Pretty big viewing audience right now on Zaleski Sports. Marshfield at SPASH softball. You may be one of them. As apparently we're waiting for that ball to come all the way. Nope, we're just waiting for it to come back and on deck. I thought we were waiting for that ball to come back and play. Home plate umpire was taking a look down there. It looked like maybe his ball bags were empty, but not the case. Fouled back. Nice job there. Anderson just spoiling the pitch of Noah Marshke. Marshke takes a look at Lindemann at first, fires home. Another one fouled back by Anderson. Relation to you, Joe? Okay. Well, Andersons are hard to come by, I know. So you would know right away if he's not. Yeah. Marshke again. And that one just missed high and away. A little breaker that stayed just a bit high. Again, it's Lindemann standing at the bag at first. Leadoff single here in the second for the Tigers. That one stays away, and see Anderson's efforts in early in the at-bat, spoiling a couple of those pitches, now able to work back in this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Marshke ready with the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Third strikeout today for Noah Marshke. First out of the inning, center fielder now Karsten Mattis. Mattis with a pair of putouts through 2 innings in center field for the Tigers. Comes to bat here for the first time today. Inside corner for a strike. Nice pitch there from Marshke. Come inside to the right-hander. That one is going to be hit, and that's going to stay fair down the third base line. A little bit slow coming over there was Thauer. I think Thauer thought that might have rolled foul. The throw comes in, gets away from Thauer, and Marshfield in business now with runners on second and third with 1 out. Mattis doing just enough with that pitch from Marshke to hit it down the line at third, and again, it looked like Thauer could have made a play on it and decided not to. It looked like he thought that was going to go foul. It did not. Stayed inside the bag at third. It didn't even hop over the bag. It stayed inside the bag. Just a misjudged look at it by Thauer. So runners on second and third now for Mason Pavlovsky, a right fielder for the Tigers. Marshke looking for the outside corner, didn't find it. That third game live right now. Alman Bancroft leads Pacelli 2-0, top of the fourth inning. Softball action over at WIAA Park in Plover. This one is hit into the outfield. This should give Lindemann a chance to score. Oh, it won't, though. The wind, I don't know if the wind knocked that down or that time I just misjudged it. It looked like that was going to get out and to left a little further. It didn't. And Bennett Klisch charging, able to make the catch. So 2 outs now for the catcher, Karsten Fries. Yeah, right off the bat, I thought that was going to be deep enough to score Lindemann from third, but by the time Klisch ran it all the way down, he was standing about 50 feet from third base. Maybe not even that far. Maybe 30 feet from the bag at third. So catcher Fries. Strike right down the middle. Swing and a miss there from Fries, and quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Again, Marshke with 3 strikeouts already on the day. 9th batter faced. No score here. Bottom of the second inning. Tigers, though, with a chance. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouled back. Fries stays alive. Wyatt Post going to hustle that one down, go shag the ball. On deck batter responsibilities, get those foul balls picked up. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Marshke to Fries. Inside and ball 1. Marshke had that look. He was starting to walk off the mound. Either that or he lost his footing a little bit. We'll say he did. It was close. It was inside, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everybody at home gets a great look at that from our camera tower out in right center. They all knew that was inside as well. So Marshke coming back on the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fries out in front of it. Off-speed pitch, and it's the 4th strikeout today for Noah Marshke. And the Panthers work out of it. They leave 2 Tigers stranded. 2 hits in the inning for Marshfield. Both runners left stranded. 2 complete. Scoreless here from Jack Hackman on Zaleski Sports.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
Back to Jack Hackman. Take a look at the grandstands up the third baseline. Smattering of folks, including the Marshfield student section you see there in the first, second, and third rows. All 4 of them sitting there enjoying today's game. So far anyway, no score here. Top of the third inning. 7-8-9 for SPASH. It'll go Riley Warzinski, Deacon Kobach, and Gavin Przybelski. Braxton Kurth on here for his third inning. It's been 6 up, 6 down. Kurth has retired 6 straight, including 2 putouts of his own, both on the comebackers. But the DH now, Warzinski. Senior Riley Warzinski, quarterback for the football team last couple of years. Strike there to start the at-bat for Warzinski. I don't recall a winter sport for Riley. Maybe there was one. I just don't recall calling his name in the winter. But good to see Riley out here in the spring. That one outside. Two balls, 1 strike. This one is going to get down. That'll get down into right center. Mattis will come on and keep Warzinski at first. It's a leadoff base hit for the Panthers.
Warzinski leads off with a single, bringing up Deacon Kobach.
Catcher now, Deacon Kobach. Wrote about Deacon a couple weeks ago. Had a big game. And that's all I remember about it. But yeah, my first time in person having a look at these Panthers. We've had them on the network a number of times, but my first time having a look at these guys. Strike called to Kobach. And stolen base attempt and out. Gunned down is Warzinski. Nice throw from Fries to retire Warzinski. So Fries clears the base paths. And that one bounces in out of the hand of Kurth. Take a look in right center field now. The flag standing still out there. That one stays high. Whatever wind there was and may continue to be very slight at the moment anyway. Pitch coming in from Kurth. That one is going to be hit right back up the middle into center field. So back-to-back base hits for the Panthers. Again, it was Warzinski caught stealing just a moment ago. So one out. Runner on first for the shortstop, Gavin Przybelski. Did we get a courtesy runner out there? Yes. We did. Did you see the number? We'll catch it. Yeah, we'll catch it. Numbers are. So Jackson Fox, courtesy runner. All right. Throw over. Easily back in time was Fox. Again, Fox running for Kovac. Kovac's going to come back in the dugout, get his shin guards on, get all ready to catch the bottom of the third inning. Kurth fires home and hits the outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch there from Braxton Kurth. Throw over. Fox back again. And time was called behind the plate. And a long look into the Stevens Point dugout made by our home plate umpire. Now Coach Terpstra is going to come and chat with our home plate umpire about whatever that was. But a long look made into that Panther dugout. And now Coach Terpstra is coming in to see what exactly is going on. Okay. So Terps good with whatever it was. So Przybelski here looking for a way to get on, keep the inning alive for the Panthers. And another one thrown out by Fries. This time Fries retires Fox. So back-to-back stolen base attempts gunned down by Karsten Fries. 2 outs in the inning. So 2 outs now, and Przybelski trying to extend the inning. A couple of base runners for the Panthers, but both times base runners caught stealing. This one is hit into right field, and backing up on it is Pavlovsky, and makes the final out of the inning once again. The Tigers work out of it. Karsten Fries gunning him down from behind the plate. Back after this on Zaleski Sports. Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Strikeout number 5 now from Marshke as he gets Wyatt Post swinging to begin the bottom of the third here for the Tigers. So Post down, Chase Robinson now. One of those 5 strikeout victims, that coming back in the first inning. And a quick strike to start off the at-bat, this time for Robinson. Marshke and offering, yes. They say on the appeal that Robinson won around. Velocity Clubhouse offers private lessons, clinics, open gyms, and rentals of batting cages, hitting simulators, basketball courts, volleyball, and more. Up your game at Velocity Clubhouse in Stevens Point. Pitch from Marshke and swing and a miss. Dropped third strike. Tagged out on the back is Robinson. 6 strikeouts for Marshke. So a bit of a pitcher's duel, not exactly, but maybe more of a defensive duel if you want to look at it that way, as SPASH has sent 9 to the plate and no runs through 3 innings. So 9 to the plate, 9 outs, and a fantastic top of the third from Carson Fry as he gunned down 2 would-be base stealers for the Panthers to help erase a couple of hits that SPASH was able to produce in the top of this inning. This one is hit into straightaway center coming on, and that's going to drop as Ben Deach with a 2-out base hit for the Tigers. 3rd hit of the day for Marshfield. 2 base hits back in the second inning. Those runners were left stranded on second and third. And now with 2 outs, Deach at first and lighter fluid Cole Halverson at the plate. Halverson flew out to right back to, in the first, actually ended the first inning on that fly out down to right field. Sixth inning in Plover, Marshfield 4, SPASH 2, Wisconsin Valley Conference softball. And should that score hold, and as of the moment, Everest leads Rapids 1-0. Should that score hold, Marshfield will leave Plover today as with at least a share of the conference championship. They'd be up 3 games with 3 to play. Yeah, all right, get up and no, that was no, that's backing. Get up and dance at home, everybody. Disco camera. We should have a promotion with it or something at this point. Yeah, it's just it's got to be the humidity in the air, and now they've got Deach picked off and a rundown between first and second. And Deach will be tagged out now as he's tagged out by Marshke. So Marshke comes in on the rundown, and Deach is retired, and 4 batters, 3 outs in the inning for the Tigers. Halverson will come back to bat in the 4th inning. 3 in the book, still scoreless here from Jack Hackman on Zaleski Sports. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Top of the 4th inning already here. Jeez, that went by fast, Joe. Yeah. But, yeah, again, SPASH has sent just the minimum to the plate through 3. They've sent 9 batters to the plate through 9 possibilities. Now back to the top of the order here in the 4th. Tommy Droner to lead off. And Dad over there at Fire Pro Field in Plover. His Mr. Droner's SPASH Panthers trail Marshfield 4-2, top of the 6th inning. Little Tommy here. Not that little anymore, though. Strike in from Kurth. And Kurth has pitched good. Marshke's pitched really well. But Kurth has pitched well and fielded his position well. There's a bouncer deep in the hole at short, and that's going to be an infield base hit for Droner. Robinson went back and gloved it, but he was so far deep in the hole, it wasn't worth a throw. You don't want to risk that throw coming over, and then all of a sudden you got the leadoff hitter at second base, so you eat it, and you live to keep Droner at first for the time being. Second baseman now, Cale Roth. Take a check over at Spudfield, and a commercial break over there. But through the internet, I'm able to tell you that it's Pacelli now leading 6-3. And again, that game there, Pacelli wins. They share the conference title with Almond. Almond wins, and it's an outright title for the Eagles. So that is at stake in Plover today as well, as it turns out. Bunt is going to go foul off the bat of Roth. No such thing here. Again, it's... Well, one, we're a week earlier in the season, softball technically is a week ahead of baseball, although with the way the weather was in April, everybody's pretty much in even standing. Disco time again at home. Everybody get out your seats and dance around a little bit. It's a fun effect, and I tell you, if I knew how it was happening, we might actually use that to something. But and it's a wireless system that comes in from center field in here to the press box, and just that humidity in the air must be fouling it up to some extent because it goes away, so it can't be anything other than that. So my apologies, but again, make the best of it. Have some fun, folks. Throw over to first, and diving back is Droner. Bennett Klisch on deck. This is a longer disco, though. This one is. Ah, well. Inside for a ball. There we go. Well, yeah. It's got a mind of its own out there, folks. They're going to clear in front of first base to the second bag side of first base. Clear out that dirt that's being built up by Droner head first. Dive back into the bag, his hand pushing that dirt back to the bag. It's not a bad strategy if you can get away with it, because as the base runner, then you extend the width of the bag. This one rolled over second. Opportunity for Marshfield here to turn 2, 4, 6. The return is late, but they do get the lead runner in Droner. So 4-6, those of you keeping book at home. Fielder's choice will send Roth down to the bag at first, and left fielder Bennett Klisch. And as Klisch comes to the plate, tell you Feltz Dairy, located at the Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point. Feltz Dairy, a family-friendly experience serving your favorite cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more, all grown right here in central Wisconsin. Feltz Dairy open Monday through Saturday and 24/7 on Facebook. And a lot of you in the last couple of years have been accustomed to ordering things online. And we do the same. We actually had a grocery order set to be delivered to the house yesterday, but not sure why, but that wasn't able to happen. So they still had it ready for us. Then we just went to the store, and they just put it in the back of the car, and off we went. So Feltz Dairy on Facebook, same deal there. Go and make your order, and they'll send it right to your door. Kurth, another throw over. Now they're chasing Roth back to the bag at first. 2 outs, top of the 7th in Schofield. Everest hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And again, as the situation is in Marshfield, it is Everest paying Marshfield a favor right now as they play in the top of the 7th. Rapids with 2 outs. Another one grounded, and that's going to get through. They may have a vision of the second baseman post may have been obscured by the base umpire as he ranged over to his right. Whatever happened there, Post wasn't able to follow that ball as it came through the infield grass and rolled in the outfield for what will forever be known now as a base hit by Bennett Klisch. Third baseman Caden Thauer. The Rapids runner on first. 2 outs, 2 strikes. I can see this on my game changer, and it looks like that game has ended. And it has. So DC Everest beats Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 1-0 softball. Marshfield leads SPASH 4-2. Bottom of the 6th inning upcoming. That game live on Zaleski Sports right now. Marshfield hangs on against SPASH. They need 6 outs, and they will be at least have a share of the conference championship yet tonight. Wild pitch from Kurth is going to put runners on second and third now for the Panthers. That one fouled up the third base line. Low pitch from Kurth. Thauer bounced back to Kurth in the second inning. Yeah, there you go, Joe. Developments in Plover and in Schofield. This one is hit in the air, playable in left field. Tagging from third is Roth, and Roth will come in and score. There is no relay home, and an RBI sac fly for Caden Thawer, and the Panthers lead 1-0. Klisch stays at second base with a throw coming in front of him, but the RBI sac fly, good enough to give the Panthers a 1-run lead here in the fourth inning. Now the right fielder, Ben Racek. Another one misses. Again, the left-hander Racek flew out to center in the second inning. And that one misses. So 3 straight to Racek. And a strike there. Again, 2 outs in the inning. Tigers looking to keep it at just the 1 run let up here in the fourth. Here it is from Kurth. This one hit into center field. Mattis has it. Steps back. A little hop at the end, but just enough to make the catch. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Just put it in your glove, and you're good to go. Panthers do bring a run across on 1 hit in the inning. They leave 1 stranded. 3.5 complete. SPASH 1, Marshfield nothing on Zaleski Sports.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One-man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Back here to Jack Hackman. Tigers coming up here, bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Cole Halverson where he was standing when we ended the third. Ben Deach was caught in a rundown between first and second with Halverson batting. So Halverson will begin things here in the fourth inning, followed by Ryan Lindeman and Braden Anderson. And Tigers looking for their first win of the season, 0-16 coming in, SPASH 9-3. Panthers didn't jump out to the early lead like Coach Terpstra may have wanted, or at least what I asked him about. But they do lead here in the fourth inning. Get comfortable this summer with Point Heating and Cooling. Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer in Stevens Point and Plover with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Sign up for planned service, receive 10% off parts, and a reminder to service your furnace and central AC. Call Point Heating and Cooling 715-345-1979 and visit online at pointheating.com. Tough hop there. E6 will put Halverson aboard. Tough hop, but again, the error definition is basically set as a usual and customary play. And that was a usual and customary play that Przybelski not able to make, even with a bit of a strange hop at the end. This one hitting the on-deck circle. Braden Anderson actually with a kick save there on the on-deck circle. And hits the bottom of the zone there for a strike to the first baseman, Lindemann. Base hit for Lindemann back in the second inning. Later left stranded at third in that inning. And we'll hit that one into the parking lot. That's why you don't park in the front row of that parking lot, but I see a lot of cars in that front row. Risky if you do that, very risky. Aluminum bats, that ball sometimes can jump into that parking lot with the aluminum bat. That one's going to be fisted up the third base line and foul again. Nice at-bat here in the works for Lindemann, even if his shirt is untucked. My preference is to look nice and tidy back there in the batter's box. But Marshke, and get another runner in a rundown here for the Tigers. This time it's Halverson. And Marshke in the rundown. And will be tagged out there finally by the shortstop Przybelski. So back-to-back innings. Marshfield base runners, base running errors, and Coach Southworth now is going to have a talk with lighter fluid as he comes back to the dugout and say something to the effect of, what exactly were you looking at out there? So another one of the 1-3-4-1 Sixers. That's what we're going to go with there. So 1-3-4-6. 1-3-4-3-6. Okay. Getting a little crazy now. This one is driven into left field. It's playable. And the play made by Klisch for the second out. Now that base running miscue now by Halverson. You really, if you're Coach Southworth and he's got his hands on his hips staring in the dugout, probably at Cole Halverson. I mean, the ball was caught, but you just think, man, if we had a base runner on there, Marshke maybe pitches, Lindemann a little different. You start thinking of all those scenarios, and you know, you like your guys to make contact like Lindemann did, and now you got two outs. So DH, Braden Anderson. Anderson fouls that one off. Baseball's a tough game. A lot going on out there. You got to know about all of it. All the scenario. I mean, there's, what, thousands of scenarios during the course of a game, and you got to know about all of them. Strike there to Anderson, and you know, one of those things is with a left-handed pitcher, my lead's got to look like this maybe instead of this. And second time, not even the second time, but what do we have here? 16th batter of the game. Yeah, you know what his move looks like. All those things. There's just so much to know. As a swing and a miss, Marshke now has struck out 7 Marshfield batters on the day, and they lead 1-0. Top of the 5th coming up, and we come back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Partners Bank, better together.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valuable.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggleworms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Back here to Jack Hackman. Braxton Kurth will start the 5th inning for the Tigers. 5th inning of work today for Kurth. No strikeouts on the day for Braxton, but again, he's pitched to contact. His defense has held up to this point, the Panthers lead 1-0. Unhappy in your current job? Join the team at Monogram Foods in Plover. With 2 modern facilities and plenty of openings, make the choice to come grow with Monogram Appetizers. And big thanks to Monogram. Welcome to the Zaleski sports team, and you're going to have a great time. We do. So John Naif to lead it off in the 5th. Riley Wierzinski and Deacon Kobach all due up for Coach Terpstra's Panthers here in this top of the 5th inning. Haven't taken a look at that Almond game in a while. Top of the 6th inning, Pacelli leads Almond 6-3. A conference championship game there going on at Spud Field at WIAC. Marshfield now leads 5-2, top of the 7th. Found themselves an insurance run here in the 7th, and another comebacker handled by Kurth. That'll be the 3rd one he's handled. He's fielded his position well here today. Yeah, Marshfield getting an insurance run, softball action over at Fire Pro Field in Plover. 5-2, top of the 7th, and then they need 3 outs in the bottom of the inning to claim at least a share of the Valley Conference Championship. This one hit deep into center field. Going back and making the catch is Mattis. 385 to straightaway center. That was hit 370. Deacon Kobach. Yeah, no wind to help Wierzinski there. That was just pure power. Kobach, base hit back in the 3rd inning. 2nd at bat now for the catcher. And this one ripped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Deacon Kobach is ruining catcher batting averages across the state with 2 outs. I didn't even get a chance to tell. But this is it's a true fact according to me anyway. So Fox didn't come back and run for Kobach. Catchers, high school, Wisconsin high school baseball, catchers batting with 2 outs, bat under 100. We think it's a psychological thing. You got to worry about your shin guards. You're thinking about that catching position, and these catchers have batted not well over the course of the last number of years, and you can imagine. Kobach was due up in the inning, so he didn't have to strip his shin guards off in the batter's box, which probably helped his focus in the box. Usually with 2 outs, and you got your shin guards on the on-deck circle, and then you got to take them off, and you just get out of your rhythm at the plate. You're worried about your shin guards. You got to get them off in a hurry, get up to the batter's box, and I got to just swing at the ball now, and more often than not, as a matter of fact, less than 10% of the time, catchers hit safely in those situations, according to games that we frequent. But Kobach didn't have to worry about the shin guards in the on-deck circle. Now he's putting them on in the dugout. So Przybelski now, throw over. And Kurth and the Tigers have seen what Marshke and the Panthers have been able to do. A couple of pickoffs on Tiger base runners here in this one. Przybelski flew out to right field his last time up. This one is going to land, and it's actually going to get over into Reith's Field where the JV game is going on. That rolls into right field where nobody has noticed. It just sits there right now. It's right there. Yeah, it's in foul territory, but the right fielder didn't seem to care, and nobody else saw it. So, what am I to say about it other than that? I'm here to report the facts. But that's the fact. Now it's coming back over. Somebody saw it. This one is laced into center field. Mattis coming on, and that's going to land in front of him. Mattis not able to race all the way in, and Przybelski with a 2-out base hit for the Panthers. That brings up the center fielder, Tommy Droner. Panthers able to get a 1-out base or a 1-out run in the 4th inning. That was a sac fly RBI by Thauer that resulted in the 2nd out, but it did plate the run with 1 out. If you want to look at that, maybe you say it technically did score with 2 outs on the board. This was going to spike in front of Fries, and a wild pitch is going to move Fox over to 3rd, and Przybelski over to 2nd. So the only force now on the base is at 1st. Time is called, and Coach Southworth is going to come out and talk to his infield, including his pitcher, Braxton Kurth. Do you have questions about your retirement? As a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Michael Smith and Associates can help with the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. They'll work with you one-on-one and give you an advisor to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Michael Smith and Associates today, 715-341-6657, with offices located at 3241A Business Park Drive, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Michael Smith and Associates. Looks like Kurth is going to stay on to pitch, and Coach Southworth just coming out there to remind his defense that, hey, listen, we got 2 outs. See if we can get the out with Droner at the plate, and here's how we're going to pitch him. Droner today, a single back in the 4th inning, ground out to short in the 1st. And Droner, first pitch swinging, that's going to get down in the left field. 1 run is in. Turning for home now is Przybelski, and it's 3-0 Spash. 2 RBIs for Tom Droner. That'll bring up Cale Roth. Tigers softball now 2 outs away from claiming a share of the conference championship. 5-2, bottom of the 7th. Cale Jacoby's on the call if you're watching. Runner going, hit run is on. This one hit into right field, coming on and making the catch for the 3rd out of the inning is Mason Pavlovsky. But the Panthers score a pair. They get 2 in the 5th. They lead 3-0 after 4.5 complete. You're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. Back here to Marshfield, 3-0 Stevens Point. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Karsten Mattis, Mason Pavlovsky, and Karsten Fries due up here as the Tigers go 789 in the lineup. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started, and I'm telling you right now, call Becky and the rest of the gang at Spectrum Benefit Solutions. You're an employee or an employer, either way, it doesn't matter. You need to get lower cost coverage, and Spectrum Benefit Solutions deserves that call from you. Yeah, Joe correctly says the only game that I know of anyway, I think he's right, where the defense has the ball. No clock, so you've got to get the outs. High school baseball, you got to get 21 outs. Doesn't matter how long or how little it takes you, but you got to get the 21. There's no clock to help bail you out. Mattis leaves that one up high. Ball and a strike. Spash has brought the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Marshfield Spash softball. Another one misses from Marshke. Again, Noah Marshke today, 7 strikeouts. Been a good pitching performance from Marshke today. This one is hit high in the air on the infield. Kobach, helmet in hand, now throws it aside and brings in the out. Nice work there from Deacon Kobach. Excellent camera work there for Mr. Joe Anderson. It was. Well, I just had a look at it. That was pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, not only does Deacon Kobach have to throw his helmet off and identify the ball, so do we up here, and in this case, Joe, and find out where that's going. I mean, Kobach will lead you the way, but you still got to find it. Disco time again in our outfield camera. The disco? Yeah. Right, you either listen to disco or you listen to Kiss. Right? One or the other. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Kiss was kind of the anti-disco back then, although part of that probably leaked into their music. I mean, how couldn't it have? I mean, it was pervasive. Right fielder Mason Pavlovsky, if I didn't tell you, batting now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we're in our disco timeout. Our disco theme right now. Curveball fouled off. That one's going to head towards Reeds Field, but it come up short. So the right fielder won't have to worry about that one. It's going to land safely and softly. Marshfield needs 1 out over in Plover. A lot of people at that game. Holy man, I'm just taking a look at that now. Good. Glad to see it. Swing and a miss and a drop, 3rd strike. That's going to be strikeout number 8 for Noah Marshke. What a performance today from the Spash pitcher, Marshke. We're still discoing, huh? Ashlyn O'Neill batting, Donahue pitching.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it.
As this one is going to be bounced by Fries in front of the plate. Kobach, another nice play here in the inning as he gets the out and retires the Tigers in order to the Panthers as Marshfield goes down 1-2-3, 2-3 on the final putout of the inning. It'll be the top of the 6th inning when we return right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1-2-3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1-2-3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
When you want to win games, you look for an expert. Here's 2-time national champion, Coach Jack Bennett.
I may know a few things about basketball, but I'm a rookie when it comes to vehicles. I trust the team at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers to call those shots. They're professionals. Remove the stress and anxiety of having your vehicle serviced or repaired.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Go with the winning team at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers.
Back here to Jack Hackman, 6th inning. Going to be underway here soon for the Panthers. Bennett Klisch, Caden Thauer, Ben Rotchek. It's looks like Disco Inferno has calmed down for the time being there on the screen. Donna Summer probably working the camera out there, right? That was she was a disco queen, right? Yeah, maybe the number one female disco performer anyway. Yeah. Yeah, the Bee Gees were doing their thing, and they may have been the most popular coming out of it. Maybe not during it, but certainly when you look back at it and towards the tail end of it, the Bee Gees were kind of everything, disco-wise. One BG left? Yeah, okay. Well, as they say, all good things come to an end. The ball comes now from Reithsfield and lands in the bleachers right in front of us. So they're fighting back now, firing fall balls over here. This one is hit high in the air, playable in left field. Ranging over is Deach and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Ben Deach. Yeah, we've hit two over there. Now they hit one, and this one, this hit right on the backstop over here. They were really upset. Yeah, those couple ladies and a young girl down there. All of a sudden, you're the ball flying in off this side of the backstop. That never happens. A foul ball coming over from the JV game taking place to our north. Yeah, right. Yeah. At Memorial Field in Plover, you essentially it's like walking in a hanging garden, and you've got the netting all above you in that walkway. So the softball field to the west and the baseball diamond to the east, and neither can hit. At least the spectators. You could still maybe get it on the field next door. Oh, and hit by pitch as Thauer takes it off the left side and gets a rousing roar of approval from his dugout. yeah, don't touch it. Do not touch it. Not until you get home. Then you can rub, as my grandpa would say, rub some ointment on it. I don't think they call it ointment anymore. Ben Rotchek now. It was funny. Harry's gone now, a couple of years ago, but we would stop over and lived in Granton. It's story time now with Jason, I guess, is what this has now turned out to be. But we would stop over and help him out. He'd living on his own for a while after my grandmother had died a number of years earlier, and he'd sometimes get the names of things mixed up. He'd been around for a long time, so he'd heard of a lot of things, and sometimes you get the names mixed up. So he had foot pain. My wife's a nurse, so he'd always talk to her about his ailments, right? That's what you do with a nurse, especially a family nurse. You talk about all your ailments and see if you can get some treatment from her instead of having to go up to the office and get actual treatment. So he had said that we would stop at Pomida in Neilsville when there was a Pomida there, if anybody remembers that. There was a shop go after. Well, anyway, that's beside the point. He had asked for some rubbing alcohol. We'd go to Minneapolis to visit my daughter. We'd come back and we'd stop and give him some stuff on the way back when we came back after a weekend in Minneapolis or whatever it might have been. So it was a strange request. Usually it was Diet Mountain Dew and maybe a bottle of something you mix with Diet Mountain Dew from time to time if you're his age. He was 90 at the time, and maybe some other stuff, some stuff to put in the pantry or a gallon of milk or whatever it might have been. But this was an odd one. He wanted rubbing alcohol because his foot hurt, and I never heard of that before. So we talked about it on the way to Minneapolis as Rotchek looks at a ball there. So my wife and I talk about this all weekend about the rubbing alcohol. We thought, okay, well, maybe in his day, if you had some pain, you put rubbing alcohol on your skin. Maybe that was an old treatment we didn't know about. So we bring back all the goodies from our stop at Pomida, coming back to Harry's house after the weekend in Minneapolis. As this one is hit high into center. Mattis has a beat on it, under it for the out. 2 outs now in the inning. So we're coming back. We got the bags of stuff, and he's pulling out everything, and he's in approval as he always is of what we brought back. And then he pulls out the bottle of the rubbing alcohol. He looks at us. What is this? It's rubbing alcohol. Well, what's it for? I said, well, you asked for it. No, I didn't. I said, yeah, you asked for rubbing alcohol. Oh, I don't need this. I don't know what you bought this for. he wanted ointment. He wanted like some Bengay or something like that to rub on his foot. But the words that came out were rubbing alcohol. He wanted to rub it in, but rubbing alcohol is what came out instead of rubbing in his ointment. So he looked in complete disgust at our bottle of rubbing alcohol. He ordered it. We verbatim got it, and as we had for years prior to that. We had never failed before, but we failed him that one time, and he was so disgusted looking at that bottle of rubbing alcohol. That's what I remember about it.
Well, what they used to use too is older people that had sore feet, whatever, they put bag balm on their feet. That was the whole, that you rub them.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, you go back through history and, dozens of different ways to fix what ails you. So John Naif batting here with 2 outs in the inning. So story time will come to an end. And for most watching, probably not a moment too soon. For those that watch the Zaleski Sports Show, you see the Harry Z license plate on set. Naif hits this one right at Madison Center. Madison will back up a little bit more and bring it in for the final out of the inning. So it was a hit by pitch that put Thauer on. He is left stranded. 3 flyouts and 3 outs for the Panthers in the 6th. 1 left on. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It'll be the top of the order for the Tigers when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
For those of you that weren't able to watch, Marshfield beat SPASH softball live. You can, anytime you want, you just go to YouTube and type in Marshfield SPASH softball. Or you can go to ZaleskiSports.com right now, click weekly schedule, and you can watch that game. The kids call it or on demand is what they call it. I call it in archive. They call it on demand. It's the same thing. You can watch that game in full length, or you can skip ahead, you rewind, fast forward, whatever. That game is out there now for eternity, forever and ever. And then there will be highlights tonight. You'll find highlights on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. I just rewatched Cale Jacoby talking to Marshfield softball coach Becky Linsmeyer and her impressions of winning the conference title, or at least a share of it here in 2022. So you can watch all those post-game comments on the highlights later on tonight on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. The Pacelli Cardinals share the Central Wisconsin South Conference title with the Allman Bancroft Eagles. 6-5 final score. Steve Maves is on field right now with our player of the game, getting ready to talk to Pacelli about winning a share. That is the best either can do. Neither now can win an outright title as they have already finished up conference play out there in the Central Wisconsin South. So that conference season is done, and Pacelli and Almond are co-champions in 2022 against softball action there. So last game live right now on Zaleski Sports, and here you are. You're stuck with me, Jason Zaleski, alongside Joe Anderson. Disco time has happened again. Wyatt Post. Yeah, it is a wild look. I hope, sometimes you see a video and it'll kind of warn you if you've got maybe a seizure possibility. We probably should have put a warning up there. I didn't know it was going to happen, though. Sorry that it has, and if we could have fixed it, we would have. So our apologies again. And it looks like a lot of that SPASH softball audience has now come over here to this game. Welcome. 3-0 SPASH Panthers baseball. Panthers get a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. There's an RBI sac fly by Caden Thauer in that 4th inning, and then an RBI single, a 2-out RBI single for Tom Droner in the 5th inning. And Stevens Point leads 3-0 here, Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball. SPASH a half game behind Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. And it looks like the Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball Championship will be sorted out next week as SPASH and Wisconsin play each other on Tuesday and Thursday. SPASH and Wisconsin Rapids, Tuesday, Thursday. Home in Stevens Point on Tuesday, and then in Rapids on Thursday. And strikeout number 9 for Noah Marshke as he strikes out Wyatt Post. Shortstop Chase Robinson. But what a pitching performance by Noah Marshke. Time to start thinking about our Nasonville Dairy postgame show, I think. Bottom of the 6th inning now. We play 7 innings of baseball here in Wisconsin. Regulation baseball. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Order them at nasonvilledairy.com or visit the cheese stores in Marshfield and Curtis. And retail locations all over the place. Probably sell Nasonville cheese curds in Loyal. At your everyday store, Quick Trip, maybe? Yeah. It stopped at the store in Curtis. Yeah, way to go, Joe. Yeah, I was out at the plant in Marshfield on Friday. Had a great talk with Ken, Kim, Trevor, Brenda, all the gang out there at Nasonville. Fridays are a good day just to begin with, and any day is a good day with cheese curds in your mouth. I left there with a few pounds, some of those destined for our game later that night. But they are good. So, and again, 2022, NasonvilleDairy.com. Order them and they'll bring them right to your door. Just easy. This one's going to one hop off the fence in foul territory up the right field line. 2 strikeouts today for Chase Robinson. Looking in the first, swinging in the third. 2 of the 9 recorded by Marshke. Marshfield has had chances in the game, but base running miscues have thwarted any of the good opportunities. Tigers did have runners on second and third with 1 out in the second inning. Fly-out strikeout ended that Marshfield threat. That was a pretty good opportunity there as well. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 10 for Marshke. So Ben Deach now trying to figure out a way to get a hold of a pitch from Marshke. Ben has a hit. He's 1 for 2 today. Base hit in the third, and then one of those base running miscues I talked about to end the third. Struck out in the first. Panthers do have a little bit of warm-up going on behind the dugout. And it looks like Warzynski, who's the DH today. Warzynski there just getting some soft toss done behind the dugout. It's a pretty typical thing you do before you might go to the bullpen in the top of the inning and then come in the bottom of the 7th. That is a usual routine. We'll see what the Panthers do. But it is Warzynski warming up right now. A little soft toss behind the Panthers dugout. Looks like Caleb Mayer down there helping him get loose. Now looks like we've gained quite a bit, probably of both the Marshfield and Stevens Point, probably from both softball audiences now joining the broadcast. Again, welcome. Bottom of the 6th inning here from Jack Hackman at Marshfield, and missing inside is Marshke to the left fielder Ben Deach. Again, RBI sac fly for Caden Thawer in the third, a 2 RBI single for Tommy Droner in the 5th. 3-0 Panthers for those of you just joining us. That's how we got there. And swung on and missed. Strikeout number 11 for Noah Marshke. He strikes out the side here in the 6th, all swinging strikeouts. Tigers not able to handle Marshke in the 6th. Top of the 7th, it's going to be Warzynski, Kobach, and Przybelski. You're watching Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Top of the 7th here, Jack Hackman Field, the site of today's Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball game. Marshfield coming in at 0-16 on the season. Stevens Point 9-3, 4-1 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play, and has been talked about a few times in the broadcast. A half game behind the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. And those two play each other, a home-and-home Tuesday-Thursday situation next week. So one would think, including me, that the conference championship should be sorted out by Thursday next week, as we're essentially at the end of the season here already. Softball seed meetings already start tomorrow. Playoff seed meetings. And those are still happening with people involved. Those of you may remember from football and winter sports, the electronic seeding, and then it'll be all computerized seeding next year. Baseball, just whatever, everything. Volleyball, etc. As there's a success all the way around. This one is hit deep into center field, going back, and that's going to get all the way to the fence. Warzinski going to have a stand-up double to start the 7th for the Panthers. The WIAA has deemed the computer seeding a success, and I agree. And successful enough, now it'll be unfurled everywhere. Everywhere that there are team sports, with the exception of gymnastics. There is no computerized seating for that type of deal, but everybody else. And this will be the last baseball, softball, human playoff seed meeting. This time is called, Coach Terpster called timeout. He's going to maybe run for his DH out there. Yep. So we're going to get a pinch runner coming on for the Panthers. But again, those Carl Beekler running for the DH Warzinski, who is likely now to head to the bullpen and get ready for the 7th inning. It would so appear. I'll let you know. But again, yeah, so softball seed meetings already taking place tomorrow. Division 5 and some 4 will decide their playoff seeds tomorrow already, and then seed meetings continue through next week, Wednesday, for softball. Marshfield softball seed meeting is next week, Wednesday, where they will likely argue for and conclude with a 2 seed, but I'll tell you more about that on a different day. But for now, Deacon Kobach, and fouls that one back. And Warzinski now is, headed to the bullpen, so it would appear as though we're going to have a pitching change in the 7th for the Panthers. It'll do it for Noah Marshke, and boy, 11 strikeouts for Marshke and just 1 walk. There's a game to be proud of for a long time. 6 innings, a shutout ball, 11 strikeouts, just 1 free pass issued to Tiger hitters. That is pretty good. Good enough to, should Stevens Point win this one, bring me to talk to Mr. Marshke in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. So make sure to stay tuned for that. This one ripped and foul down the third baseline. But make sure to stay tuned after the game. We will go down and talk to our winning coach and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, that at the conclusion of this in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. So don't go anywhere. Top of the 7th now, so you've got nowhere to go anyway. And Joe, we've kind of got him trapped. It's the only game left live right now. So Bucks don't play tonight. They took the court last night, but I don't know. There are a lot of people complaining about Celtics maybe being a little too frisky on the court, a little too physical. I don't know. Another one hit foul. This one will get out of play. Reds lead the Brewers right now 1-0, top of the 3rd inning. Willie Adamas at the plate. Brewers have dropped a couple now in a row. 3, as a matter of fact. They've lost 3 straight. Brewers have. They were 19-8. And they had the best record in baseball for just a moment. And then if I had it right, and Joe, you can correct me, you pay attention to MLB a little bit more than I do. The next day, then, the New York Mets were the first team to 20 wins. Yeah. And the Brewers dropped the last 2 at Atlanta and then dropped yesterday's game at Cincinnati. So they're on a 3-game bender right now, the Brewers are. Yankees are at 20 wins, yeah. So, again, Brewers trail 1-0, top of the 3rd inning. So other than that, Joe, we're it. It's us and the Brewers, and I feel pretty good about that as Kurth. His first strikeout today, he gets Kobach swinging. Nice pitch there from Kurth to retire Kobach. First out of the inning, and now the shortstop, Gavin Przybylski. Fly out, base hit, and a run scored. The base hit and a run scored came in the 5th inning. And just as I say that, yeah. Bryce Air, thank you. Yeah, Bryce Air batting. Okay, yeah, something didn't look right there. So Bryce Air batting now for Przybylski here in the 7th inning. And a strike from Kurth to Air. SPASH Panther baseball fans, more baseball on Zaleski Sports tomorrow. Your Panthers host Watertown in a doubleheader. First pitch 4 o'clock. Mike Wendlandt will be on the call from Buchholz Park in Stevens Point. Pinch hit, base hit for Air. Runners on the corners now, and back to the top of the order, Tommy Droner. Time is called, and Air is going to be run for him. You know, I had that roster up, and then I took it off to look at the Brewers, and so Gavin Przybylski now will come out and run for himself. Essentially, he was in that spot. He was pinch hit for, and now he's going to run. Thanks, Coach. You didn't think I could get on base, but now you put me on base. Thank you, Coach Terpstra. He's probably saying to himself. So Tommy Droner today, 2 for 3. That's what you want out of your leadoff hitter, get on base. You don't necessarily count on the RBIs, although Droner did get 2 RBIs in that 5th inning. But if the bottom of the order gets on base, why not? Bat him in. Droner steps out and gets a round of applause from the people from Stevens Point here. That's not often what you see. But when you have the opportunity to cheer somebody on, go ahead. And taking off is Przybylski. He was halfway there as Fries dropped the ball. And I'm going to give a stolen base to Przybylski. He was halfway there. I don't believe Fries would have had a play on it. So in my scorebook, it's a stolen base. Yours at home, it could be something different. That's up to you. In at third, Tigers infield is playing in. This one hit into foul territory, left field side, and is going to land in foul territory. Long run for Deach, not able to get all the way there. But yeah, with one out, Marshfield infield is in. To start that at bat with Przybylski on first, it was just Halverson in at third, but now the rest of the infield has joined him. Looking to cut down the runner, which would be our pinch runner down there. And jot his name down. See if I can get it before anything happens. And that comes in for a strike. Yeah, Carl Beekler running down there at third. So Beekler has got the attention of the Marshfield infield. They all play now about 80 feet from home plate or so. The pitch from Kurth. And this one is going to get into the outfield. That's going to score Beekler from third. As backing up was Deach, and Beekler will come in and trot in home. It is 4-0 Panthers. And another RBI for Tom Droner. He's got 3 on the day. Sack fly RBI that time for Droner. And Beekler scores from third. Staying at second is Przybelski. And now the second baseman, Cale Roth. And that'll bring up Ben Fonte. Okay. So Coach Terpstra emptying his bench here a bit. Getting opportunities when he can. So Fonte bats here in the 2-hole for Roth. And Kurth pitches him outside and low. I'm just going to keep that Stevens Point roster open on my computer now. Once bitten, twice shy. I was twice bitten, only once shy. Now I'm just going to stay away from that. Just keep it open. This one is pounded into the ground on the infield. Halverson ranges over, tall throw, and off the bag. And now they've got to play at third. Here's Przybelski now. He rounded the bag, and now he's caught a rundown between home and third. And Przybelski is going to be tagged out. Marshfield now will take advantage of the base running miscue, and Coach Terpstra not happy with his shortstop, Gavin Przybelski, as they head back to the dugout. Terp is letting them have it as they come back in. The base running error prevents the 5th run for the Panthers. We move now to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last call for the Tigers. Halverson, Lindemann, and Anderson on Zaleski Sports. Bad news. Winter is just around the corner. Good news. Custom Heating of Neilsville and Marshfield will help you stay warm. With 0% interest up to 60 months in qualified purchases, Custom Heating is your complete heating and AC sales and service company. Serving the entire area with preventative maintenance on all brands, both commercial and residential. Custom Heating is your Ruud dealer and has the best warranties in the industry. Let Tim, Clarissa, Christy, Larry, Mark, Harry, Jason, and Robert help you today. With 25 years of service, Custom Heating and Cooling. We put the custom in customer.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
So it is Noah Marshke on the mound here to start the 7th. There was some intrigue, if you call it that, as Warzinski's been warming up since the top of the 6th inning for the Panthers. He continues to throw behind the Panthers dugout. He had walked into the bullpen during the Stevens Point top half of the 7th inning. He had walked into the bullpen, but I never saw him throw from the bullpen. I can see the mounds from the bullpen from here. He never stood on the mound down there, but as it is, you would suspect Warzinski ready if needed, but Marshke now on here in the 7th. He's got 11 strikeouts today, does Noah Marshke, and on now to see if Coach Terpstra will allow him, see if Noah can earn himself a full game shutout here of the Tigers, or at least a full game. You would suspect, though, if there's a base runner or a base hit, that Warzinski probably would come in. Pitch count's a thing, too. Yeah, pitch count is a thing, too, so that could prevent Marshke from finishing this one. I don't know where he stands now. I don't keep pitch count. That's way too much to deal with. Sometimes there are others around that do, and all the time it's being kept in the dugouts. Yeah, you'd like to. In the playoffs, you have to have an independent pitch counter. That's a requirement WIAA makes. You need to have a third party or a neutral party do the pitch count. This one hits softly into left field. Droner comes on. He's called off, though, by the left fielder Klisch for the first out. Halverson retired on the F7. So how it works in the regular season is you're kind of on your honor. The other team can count as well. And sometimes that can be an advantage if you've got a dispute and you've got an accurate way to count. You'll come out and maybe talk about that. But most times you're on your honor. You count him up in your own dugout, and then you take him out if he gets to that limit. First pitch swinging here is Lindemann into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Lindemann on the base hit, and keep an eye on Coach Terpstra in that dugout. He is sitting, so this will be Marshke to stay on here. Again, 11 strikeouts. He's pitched relatively efficiently, but you can't start a new batter after 105. Is that, or 103 or 102, something like that.
Once you get 100, you got to finish up the batter.
Yeah. So you get towards that 100 pitch mark, and then coaching staff starts thinking of ways to finish the game, either with you or somebody else. So you can't start a new batter after 100. I don't know. Something about maybe that was Legion ball. Something about 105 was in my mind. But Braden Anderson now. Strike from Marshke to Anderson. And then there's minimum rest days depending on how many pitches he threw in a given game. And oftentimes, or I shouldn't say often, but every now and then you'll see a pitcher pitch 1 or 2 innings and then leave, and he's got a retired 6 straight or something like that. Well, the team wants him to pitch in 2 days rather than in 4 days, and all this other math going on. Because you need so many rest days per pitches on a given day. More rest days, the more pitches you throw, essentially, is how the math is. Player safety, we're told, is the reasoning. Softball, no such thing. You pitch until you don't want to anymore. Strikeout number 12 for Marshke. So Anderson goes down swinging. Tigers down to their last out. And maybe a pinch hitter coming in here. See, we get a number, and it looks like that is what the case is. And this is going to be Isaac Zepps coming in to bat for the Tigers. He will bat for Karsten Mattis. So Zepps to bat here. Tigers down to their final out. I see the Mattis family sitting a few rows below us in the press box. Probably wanted to see their son hit one more time, but Coach Southworth decides who goes to the plate. Saw Chad at the Marshfield YMCA working his tail off during the lunch break. By the way, the YMCA in Marshfield's hiring. Get a hold of Marshfield YMCA. Get a fun job. It really is. You walk in there and folks in there are hanging out. Looks like they're having a pretty nice time. You get to work at the Y. It's a pretty relaxed environment. So Marshfield YMCA hiring right now. Get on down to the Marshfield YMCA. Get yourself a fun job down there. First pitch swinging is Zepps. Rolls that one over to short. Throw across the diamond is picked out by Naif. And that'll do it here as Marshke with the complete game shutout, 12 strikeouts for Noah Marshke. Final score here today from Hackman. Stevens Point 4, Marshfield nothing. Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up next. I'll be on the field talking to Stevens Point manager Craig Terpstra and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Noah Marshke. All that comes up right after this on Zaleski Sports. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Good there, okay. Noah, you can wait right there on deck, all right? You're right with us. We'll talk to Coach first. Begin our Nasonville Dairy postgame show, Nasonville Dairy. Fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. Coach Craig Terpstra, pretty well-played game by both teams, I thought. A couple base running errors by them, one by you, but the rundowns were run well. Just tell us about what looked like a pretty crisp, clean game for you and your guys here today.
Yeah, obviously, pitcher and catcher for us were very good. Noah was outstanding, and you got to give credit to our catcher. I thought he did a nice job handling Noah. No pass balls. Framed it well. Did a great job. So our pitching and catching was great. Defensively, I'd like to say we played well, but the way Noah pitched, we really didn't have a lot of opportunities. I thought we were somewhat sharp at the plate. You and I talked before the game. Sometimes you hit it hard and whatever. We only had one strikeout, and that was by a guy who had 2 hits. So, we had decent at bats. I thought their pitcher battled well, threw a lot of strikes, didn't give us any free bases, and that's what made the score. That's what kept it a close game as he kept guys, and then they threw out the runners early.
Caden Thawer got you started, RBI sac fly in the 4th inning. Tommy Droner gave you a base hit that drove in 2 in the 5th. And then you got your leadoff hitter hitting you a sac fly in that 7th inning. So from the plate, your guys did pretty well today, driving in those runs.
Yeah, it's always nice to guys execute with runners on third. We really stress you got to make contact. You can't take a lot of pitches with runners on third. Especially when they have the infield in, just make contact, we'll score a run. You can't be too choosy, expand the strike zone. I thought both guys executed, and Caden's a senior for us, Tommy's a senior, and it's kind of what I expect out of them.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. You got a pair against Watertown tomorrow. Mike Wendland will be there. We'll have that live. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
You got it. We'll bring in our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Noah Marshke. As I told Noah to wait on deck, he went all the way to the on-deck circle. Way to go. Yeah, there you go. Now, Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Noah Marshke. I'm just going to double-check. 12 strikeouts today. That's a pretty good performance. What was working for you? And maybe start with the bus ride over or at practice yesterday. But what was working? How did you know how to attack these Marshfield hitters here today?
So on Sunday I threw a quick bullpen, get myself right for the game today. But then as soon as I stepped on the field, I just got that mindset to where, I'm going to be the best out here and I'm going to compete all game and just, go get guys, get after it.
Coach talked about your catcher, Deacon Koback. Said he called a great game here behind the plate. How does Deacon help you on a mound on a game like today?
Deacon's great. He knows exactly what I'm thinking, and if we're not on the same page, he's easy to fix it with. He's just a great guy, great teammate. Sticks it well, calls good games, steals me some strikes every now and then. But yeah, love Deacon, great catcher.
Coach took the bat out of your hands today, but it didn't matter. You get Caden Thawer, RBI sac fly, and then Tommy Droner, 3 RBIs today. You owe those guys a cheeseburger on the way home? How does that work?
Yeah, probably give him a couple fist bumps, high fives. Might have to give him some cheeseburgers. But yeah, Tommy, Caden, great teammates, great players, always humble, working their butts off in practice all the time. Great role models for me, so definitely look up to those guys.
Excellent. Microphone's yours.
All right.
I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. I'm Noah Marshke, and I'm in the house right at the window up there. Okay, sound good?
Yep.
I'll count you down. I'm going to get out of the way.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Noah Marshke, and I'm in the house.
Excellent. Congratulations. Great game today. It was fun watching you
Thank
pitch.
you
Good luck
very
tomorrow,
much.
okay? All right, guys, that'll do it from here. Jason Zaleski for Joe Anderson telling you to have a great night. Highlights of this one and the other 2 softball games will be available on Facebook at various Zaleski Sports channels later on tonight. Have a great night, everybody. And Joe, before you sign off, make sure you go to YouTube and click End Stream. There you go. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.